We are live. This is the market update. I am your host, Bill Noble. Due to technical issues, we are a little bit delayed today, but we're going to give people a chance to join the new stream. Make sure you turn on notifications so you know when we're going live. Now, yesterday, everybody gave up on Ethereum, and I mean everybody. Even the super bullish people like Standard Charter. And what happens when the last person gives up? Boom, it goes up. 34% of the people in this market are bullish. The rest are bearish. How high can this market go? It can go up until 84% of the people are bullish. How high is that? High. Really high. Dollar lower. Fed completely screwed up. Fed will probably also be forced to acknowledge what's going on in the labor market. Even if he doesn't, he takes the year off. Or he stands up at the podium and looks like the dummy that he is. Now, I cannot come up with any reason to not own Bitcoin or crypto at all. Let's run through the list. Federal Trade Commission, done. What did the Federal Trade Commission do? They were the only check on Silicon Valley. Now Silicon Valley can do whatever it wants. Your data is their data. Your life is their life. Period. Is that ever going to stop? Nope. Sovereigns, do they have your best interest at heart? Nope. You watching what's going on in Eastern Europe, the Middle East? Does that have your interest at heart? Nope. The 80 pages missing from the, JFK files. Is that in your interest? Nope. Not even a little. Matter of fact, it's outright sinister. Outright sinister. And we don't have to talk about it. I mean, we could. I would love to. But the simple fact of the matter is the value proposition for crypto is there. Now, let's say you had a girlfriend who liked shopping, right? And if your girlfriend liked shopping and you came home and said, honey, you know that thing that you like, that thing that you were looking at, the thing that you've had your eye on for I don't know how long? It's 60% off. You wouldn't get to finish the sentence before there'd be this breeze of her running by you out the door, out to get it off 60%. Really? I mean, if crypto was, I don't know, women's fashion, I mean, I understand this is not exactly politically correct, but if it was women's fashion and it was 60% off, they'd be elbowing each other out of the way to get at it. Now, of course, crypto bros don't understand this because crypto bros, by their very definition, are in their basement and are trying to trade their way to a girlfriend. However, if the crypto bros would ask somebody who's been there and done that, they would know, right? It's like, honey, I don't know that we had money for that, but it was on sale. It's like the amount of money that you have is irrelevant if it's on sale to the shopping mind, particularly if it's at places like Target, or that's the way it used to be. These places that have things in events that, increase dopamine receptors to make people want to shop more. That's what we need in crypto, right? We need, when you open up your phone and you look at your P&L and you're like, oh my God, this is horrible. Horrible. You need to get a little bit of something. I don't know what. Elmer's glue, whatever, that puts you in girlfriend-wife shopping mode. It's 60% off. I can't believe how much I love it. I can't believe I can buy this on sale. And then while she's shopping at the 60% off rack, there may be something in the 80% off rack that she just can't possibly resist. And she's coming home with all of it. She's coming home with all of it. She's like, oh, honey, don't worry. I'll buy 10 of them and take 3 back. Not only is she going to buy, she's going to overbuy. And the big question is, why are you not acting like your girlfriend or your wife or somebody's girlfriend or somebody's wife? Why are you not doing that? Well, because you're bearish. They've sold you a story. They sold you FTX without FTX. They sold you a crisis when there was no crisis. The media was like, oh my God, the sky is falling. When the simple fact of the matter is the administration wanted the stock market down and they were going to lay off all the government workers to stop inflation. So what was happening was good, and they convinced you it was bad. They convinced you it was FTX. It's not FTX, which is why you should turn on the notification bell, because if you're wondering why the market is up today, not only is the market popping 5%, but so's everybody's IQ. Meanwhile, your girlfriend is out hoovering up all the crypto while you're busy worshiping leveraged shorts on crypto Twitter. It's unbelievable. Not you. But the royal you out there is like, oh, look at the 40x leverage short at 85K. Wow, let's watch that. Let's get our microscope out. Let's watch that guy. Yeah, wow, look at that. Meanwhile, BlackRock's just taking everything. Girlfriend gets to the store. She's like, bro, you told me it was 60% off. I got there. It was nothing. With BlackRock, from BlackRock with love. Okay, today's a little different. We're going directly through YouTube. So I got a lot of interesting things, and I'm not entirely sure. Oh, I do have a share screen button. I'll make sure I try and hit it today. So we had some technical problems. If you missed the earlier stream, I'm sorry about that. Thank you for bearing with us on this new stream link where we had to use the Eagle King and freestyle this. So let's welcome who's here. We have Kamina, Steve J. Welcome from DeFi Island. Oh my God. The DeFi Hotel. Bull Runner, Silas, Richard, Barry. I'm so excited. Everybody got out of this market except Toby and Richard Barry and Steve J. And all you guys. All right. Huckleberry Native, A1. What's up? Hobby, Smoke, A Better Shot, John Wick. What's up? Toshibo. Hello. Right? Gelf, Caroline. I gotta read those up again. Bobby, A1. Right? Farmer Sam Forrest, members. By the way, for $4.99, you can get an amazing, cool emoji, especially the one with the green button. And you can hit it early and often. Cat D is here, right? DC Precise, Texas Honey Badger, Sandman, Huckleberry Native, Holy Schmoly, Silas, Bobby Rock. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. People, for God's sakes, whatever you do, hit the notification button. We're talking to YouTube the other day, and YouTube's like, bro, you got a lot of subscribers, but you got not a lot of people getting the notifications. I'm like, well, why is that? What are you doing? You shadow ban us? He's like, no, bro. People don't have it turned on. Can you imagine your girlfriend not getting the coupon from Old Navy? My daughter has never missed a coupon from Old Navy, ever. Can you imagine? Oh, I don't want the notification for Old Navy and the 60% off sale. Oh, I don't want that. No. I would rather pay full price. It's clearly preferable to buy it at 108 because at 80 or 84K, it's radioactive and I'm worshiping short sellers. Wow. Okay. So we're going to straighten everybody out today epically. All right. Here comes the new share screen button. No, not share live stream. Share screen. Okay. Okay, hopefully you are seeing this. Hopefully you're seeing it. Let me make sure you're seeing it. Hang on. Okay, you're seeing it. Wow, that's psychedelic. Okay, Eagle King, not on the stream, but still on the stream. The best producer in the business. So Justin, BlackRock says Bitcoin and is emerging global monetary alternative. Nah. They just took it all. They bought it all. They bought it all. They bought it for their mutual funds. They bought it for themselves. They loaded up at Coinbase. They know the whole world is coming. They bought it all. The EU plans to spend $840 billion to fight an 80-year-old ally that's about to make peace with the United States. Genius. This could rise to $3 trillion. Okay, so let's talk about this. So the Europeans need $1 trillion or 2 or 3. We need $9 trillion for sure. How is the government, how is the bond market going to absorb all this? No, well, that's easy. You're going to have printed money. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Now, when they do this, there is some good news. They will actually build something in Europe. Something. Jet planes, who cares? Build something. All right. Even if it's 80 years too late, who cares? Now, when they build something, people will want to buy the euro. The euro has been dead for 10 years, literally. So if someone wants to buy European stocks, someone will want to buy the European currency. The European currency goes up, the dollar goes down. If the dollar goes down, Bitcoin goes to 200K. That's the theme of today's show. It's like, a Chinese fortune cookie, how you add like, I don't know, blah, 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 your fortune in bed used to be like the old joke. Now it's like blah, 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 and Bitcoin goes to 200K. Tell me I'm wrong. Weekly mortgage demand pulls back as interest rates rise for the first time in 9 weeks. The housing market is locked. Refi rejection rates are through the roof. Nobody can get a loan. Everyone's trying to get an 8% loan against their house to pay off 40% credit card debt or whatever it is. 30% credit card debt. Banks are like, no, we're not doing it. Why? Because if you default on the loan, we cannot sell your house. It's not that housing prices are down. There's no organized market for housing. Rates have to come down. Powell knows it. You know it. I know it. Inflation's 4%. Rates are at 4%. He's going to make up excuses and walk off the stage. Meanwhile, they're saving 200 basis points when this happens. When something happens with housing, right? When something happens with housing, they're saving the bazooka for that. And in the meantime, it's just going to be all double talk. The Bank of Japan meeting is going to be all double talk because these central bankers don't want to unwind the yen carry trade and be responsible for some sort of like nuclear event. They don't want to be responsible for that. So the Fed can't get too dovish and the Bank of Japan can't get too hawkish. And even if you don't understand that, they're stupid. They're just stupid, right? And the only answer is crypto. No. Elon Musk's XAI and Nvidia joined BlackRock and Microsoft's $30 billion AI fund. How much is all that stuff worth over there in Legacy? They're all building Skynet, Terminators, whatever they're building. How much is all that worth? Okay, so you don't have to have an answer to that, but the crypto version is 60% off. And your girlfriend is buying it and you're short. I mean, does he look poor to you? No. Now, is that the only AI play? Is this Nvidia character? This is the only AI play out there. Is that what we're saying? I don't think so. Matter of fact, I think that is so wrong. It won't matter until it does, but when it does, you're not going to be able to buy it. I know there's people sitting looking at Ethereum above 2,000 going, oh, I don't know. It's up a lot off the lows. I don't know if I can buy it. Bro, you can buy it. Ethereum at 2,000? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? All it takes for one person to come in and do DeFi or AI or both on Ethereum, and it's gone. Especially since you can put it into an ETF. I don't understand. I haven't understood it. This is not the only game in town. It's not. XRP goes up 10% as SEC drops the case. Okay, well, we knew they were going to drop the case. Now they dropped the appeal. And here we have buy the news. Like the crypto IQ has dropped so far that people, knowing that this was coming, were like, does this mean we got regulatory clarity? What do you think? Is that what that means? I think that's what it means. Bill, how you feeling about the XRP SEC case being dropped? Well, luckily I'm answering that question right now. You just got regulatory clarity. Ripple's going to go public. You're going to have Ripple stock and XRP inside of an ETF. You're going to have the double Ripple because Ripple has privately traded stock in a company. It trades on an organized market. They're going to IPO right out of the gate. And Trump will probably be at the stock exchange when it goes public. That's what I think, because it's crypto made in America. So why is everyone bearish again? XRP holders held this thing at 50 cents. They watched Solana 10x in their face. And you think that people are going to get out at $2? They're not going to get out at $2. They're going to buy more at $2, figuring $5 is coming. And like I said yesterday, if XRP flips Ethereum, or XRP rockets and starts, approaching an Ethereum flip, it's just going to make Ethereum rally harder. And I have absolutely no idea why people are have abandoned, euro, yen, sterling, Swiss franc, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and XRP. Why is that so complicated? It's not complicated at all. Fiat has massive problems, and it won't matter until it does. And it doesn't need to matter. People just need to take one look at this guy and be like, yeah, no. You hiked rates in everyone's face, 500 basis points. Meanwhile, across the town that you work in, the same government that you work in was handing out little boxes where you could just print money on your own. So much for you having control of the currency. So you hike rates in everyone's face, wreck everybody with credit cards and mortgage rates, and there's no control on the fiscal side of the house. Now they got fiscal side of the house under control, or they're trying to. First of all, how do you still work here? Second of all, why are rates at 4%? Investors look for the Fed's take on growth after the U.S. bond rally. I mean, it's like Doomberg is like the press agent for all these deep state characters in suits. Get out of town. The crypto bros are coming back. Give your girlfriend access to your Uniswap and Phantom wallet. Get your girlfriend on Jupiter and Coinbase. I understand if you can't do it, you got PTSD, you got problems, fine. I get it. Let your girlfriend do it. Honey, look, it's 60% off and it's cool. Oh, wow. Tomorrow's news today. No change. The Fed holds interest rates. They can't cut. They can't raise. Shut up. Seriously. Just buy Bitcoin. After 4 years of negative real wage growth, credit card debt mounting, consumers are done. Retail sales terrible. The sky is falling. Let me tell you something. Robinhood opens up a prediction market. So everyone's like, Robinhood's got a prediction market. Or on Polymarket, we can bet whether or not Powell coughs. How many times will Powell cough? Folks, if they got money to do that, they got money for crypto. Like money is going into every stupid thing I can possibly imagine. And crypto has been left on the side of the road like a Dairy Queen cup. Just throw it out the window. Crazy. No way. You watch this market going up today. The fact that it's going up slowly, gradually, then suddenly. Remember that 20% rally off the Orange Man tweet? Yeah, unsustainable. Entertaining, wonderful, look great, unsustainable. Gradually, then suddenly. Bitcoin is still below 85, where we worship the 40x short seller, who's probably BlackRock, scaring you into just getting everything. It's got to be an over-the-counter desk doing stuff like that. Oh, let's scare everybody on Twitter. Larry Fink is worried that America is about to run out of electricians. Larry's afraid the American people are going to run out of single-family homes, hence his desire to continue to buy and control everything. These guys want to control everything. Yes, they are buying all the Bitcoin in the world, but they are not your friends. They are not. Do they have your interest at heart? Nope. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Same thing with sovereigns. I mean, oh my God. The stuff that they left out of the files that they released today, yeah. They told you everything about that except who did it. And those people do not have your interest at heart. They absolutely do not. At all. It's like, how can you be free? How can you take care of yourself? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Well, okay. Here we go. "10 days before somebody passed away, he demanded the intelligence community talk to him about UFOs. UFOs are next. When they get done burning down Tesla dealerships, yeah, they'll be the, I don't know, the unidentified flying object scare. You know what? Blank you. I'm buying Bitcoin. Girlfriend out shopping on Phantom. I'm done with this. I'm done with the bearishness. I'm done with crypto being a zero IQ market. You know, the R word is back. I don't know if you know that. The R word is making a comeback. It is so appropriate to Twitter. When to crypto Twitter. When did we all become R words? Right? It's like, I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. I would rather be old and stupid or old and obsolete or whatever. Like, I am, it's like, you got to just buy everything. Where do you see these crypto equities? Oh my God, the crypto equities. Everyone sold equities and left. Equities are in a range. Everyone sold equities and left and took the crypto equities down 60%. You want to talk about discount shopping. Meanwhile, BlackRock, Fidelity, ARK, all these characters just can't buy enough. All these spectacular, cool-looking Arkham graphs. Dude, it's a dump truck. It's a dump truck. They back up the dump truck and just take it all. 13 bottoms in ETH, 13 bottoms in Solana, 13 bottoms in Solana versus Bitcoin. XRP unable to go below the 38% retracement. This is not complicated. It's not. Okay. Elon ordered to reinstate whatever. Like they're burning down the Tesla dealerships and everyone's losing their mind. And it's free advertising and they're going to come back and they're going to do it. They're going to do it more. You think they're going to stop? They're giving Elon free advertising and turning him into a good guy. He was kind of a jerk for a little bit there with the chainsaw and all that. Yeah. Now they're making him into a hero. The left is so inept. So inept. Like they're making the case for this. I wouldn't be surprised if Tesla just turned it around and was like, okay, well, if no one likes us, let's just buy a truckload of Bitcoin or let's buy some Doge. Let's go. Cathie Wood said Bitcoin and crypto are super exponential opportunities. The digital and physical worlds are converging. You know, I gotta tell you something funny. Nancy Pelosi is a better trader than Cathie Wood or whatever hedge fund runs Nancy Pelosi's money. I don't know who does. She does. Great. But you know what? Honestly, if Cathie Wood, who's gotten a lot of trades wrong over the last 2 years, if she gets it, why don't you? Why don't you? I mean, maybe she's got to get loud. I don't know if she was at the crypto summit. I suspect not. She gets it. Why don't you? Right. And now I know she's an executive. She's probably really busy, but now I don't want to get in trouble with, you know, powers that be, but don't tell me Cathie doesn't like a 60% off sale when she can get it. Equities people love 60% off. Like, oh God, 60% off. We only see that like once every 15 years. Great. Let's go. Let's do it. Crypto people think it's winter. They think it's a bear market and the bull market hasn't started yet. It hasn't. It's like the bull market the up move has been in one coin. One coin. BlackRock head of digital assets says a recession would be a big catalyst for Bitcoin. Companies slow economic growth and lower inflation. Yeah, it's just up only. Bitcoin was able to go up with the dollar index at 111. Where is Bitcoin and Ethereum going to be when the dollar index is at 90 or 80? Where's it going to be? Where's Bitcoin going to be if gold goes to 4,000? You know, gold volatility is very low. Gold's like slowly. What happens if it just goes whoop? No one is thinking about that. If we don't stop the waste, the ship of America is going to sink. So here's Elon looking all spacey, nice haircut, cleaning him up with the White House in the back, right? Drop the chainsaw. Drop it. Drop the chainsaw, bro. Yeah. Now, The ship of America is not going to sink. We just may not be able to go to Mars because that's probably 10 trillion. I mean, if the European defense industry is 3 trillion, Mars is at least 3x that. So everyone has an agenda, right? Everyone has an agenda. Elon's agenda is to cut spending. Cutting spending lowers rates, right? Probably all at once, especially if there's something wrong with the legacy system or eventually. Or people just realize, hey, we don't need rates at this level. And maybe Cathie Wood is right. This whole new bright digital future is coming. It doesn't have to be negative. All the talk is like, well, credit cards and the consumer and blah, 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 blah. Bro, who's ever on Robinhood's got money to buy crypto. And America isn't going to sink. America could wind up leading the way into the digital future. That sounds very positive to me. Why the hell is everyone bearish? Trump administration to lay off hundreds of scientists. Right. Particularly the scientists that are bought and paid and still working for, big pharma. So those guys are all done. They'll hire some of them back and some not. Okay. Now, the orange man is also, like I said, firing everybody at the Federal Trade Commission. Those are the only guys who stood in the way of Silicon Valley. There's nothing to stop Silicon Valley. And remember, Silicon Valley wrote huge checks to the orange man. Huge. Oh, he wants to do crypto, and hopefully he does crypto. You better do crypto. Stop waiting for someone else to do it. Stop waiting for someone else to do crypto. You do it. You do it. Now, speaking of the hysteria in this market. Returns since the election. Bitcoin up 20%, outperforming everything. China stock index up 17% because they have to cut down more trees for all that they have to print. They don't have enough trees to print what they have to print. Gold up 10%. Banks down. S&P down. Apple down 5%. Nvidia, Tesla, Trump media down 40%. Down. Bitcoin's up 20%, and we're all bearish. Crazy. What is going to happen when people change their minds, which they're doing right now? It's like, and all Powell has to do is step up to the microphone and reveal to the world that he's like a talking raisin with glasses that, forgot everything he ever read in an economics textbook. These guys are supposed to be economists. I mean, economists are notoriously wrong, but how wrong can you get? Well, I don't know. It won't matter until it does. And guess what? I think it's going to matter like right now. I mean, if it matters now, Patreon and the YouTube premium group, like we even did like an accidental free stream for these guys. I don't have the QR code, but the links are down below. We've been telling people about Easter seasonals. Patreon got in on this. The next day they walked in, they were able to buy everything. God, the market was down the next day. BitCloud founder cleared in multi-million-dollar crypto fraud scheme as DOJ and SEC dropped charges. You got regulatory clarity. How many lawsuits did they have to drop before people figure it out? How many? Right? They're closing. They're closed for business. They're closed. They're going to go enforce the law, not try to make judges make new laws. And no one is paying attention to this. And ironically, XRP drops the charges. It's like the known news gets the market going. Crazy. Crazy. Right? Why? Like, people are ignoring the obvious in favor of a made-up story about a crisis that does not exist. XRP's high profit ratio helps dilute its price decline. So everyone who's long it at 50 cents, watched it go to 3, come back to 2. Why would they sell? People who have hodled XRP watched Solana 10x in their face, and they still held it. And supposedly they're getting out after 4 months. They held it for 6 years, but you know what? After 4 months, let's jeet out of it. It's never happening. XRP is up 250% since last year. It's up 250%. Why is everyone getting out? There's no reason to get out. Hyper liquid leverage trader closes $500 million short. Yeah. Closes the $500 million short, scares everybody out, and then they come in and they buy absolutely everything. I don't know how many articles we got about the hyper liquid leverage short. How about the guy in the funny shirt with the red lights going, buy everything? That's what you should be writing news articles about, whether it's me or someone else. Or maybe it's just you, right? Like, you know what to do. You know what to do. I think I have the article somewhere that says, like, you know, you can be your own psychic. You can. You can be your own psychic. Here we go. Coin Telegraph. Let's trade off of that. Is XRP price going to crash again? Community slams crypto.com for over 70 billion crow reissuance. Okay, so probably not good for the token holders, but they're trying to get money to expand. They're trying to get money to expand while the market's down. She wants to bring companies' funds on chain. Mutual funds on chain. Standard Charter. Oh, God, this, right? Coinbase sold $37 million worth of Ethereum in the fourth quarter. So Consensus, Ethereum's organization, sold it. Coinbase sold it. Standard Charter downgraded their target from 10K to 4K. Is there anyone left out there that needs to sell or get bearish Ethereum? Is there anyone out there? We're going to run the internet on one layer one. There's this whole narrative about why Ethereum's terrible. You got Truth Terminal out there talking, and no one thinks, excuse me, that AI agents will figure out something to do on Ethereum. It's incredible. Solana ETFs to launch in the US tomorrow. And we were looking at crypto Twitter articles about how everybody wanted to short Solana at like 125. What are we doing? What are we doing? Well, what we're doing is we're getting fucking long. Okay. Bitcoin is just seeing a normal correction. Cycle peak is yet to come. Of course. Of course. Right. Like everyone's like, oh, it's a bear market. No, it's not, dude. It just went down and is pushing everyone out. And it looks like terrible. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you this looks good. I'm not even going to tell you that I'm having a good time, because I'm not. I look at my portfolio and I'm like, oh my God. It's horrible. I get it. The more horrible it is, the bigger the bottom. That's it. Polymarket Better says there's a 100% chance the Fed ends QT before May. There's a 100% chance that the Fed is going to put high-powered money in the system, or global governments will not be able to refinance the debt. And you will know when that high-powered money hits the system, because your girlfriend will be up like 2x on her 60% off crypto coins that she bought while you sat home and worshiped leveraged short sellers. North Dakota Senate passes crypto ATM bill. So they're just trying to get in any way they can. Any way they can. Turkish lira crashes. Do sovereigns have your best interest at heart? Doesn't matter until it does. Battered Bitcoin looks for the U.S. Fed for support. No, we're not. Bank of America predicts end of quantitative tightening. God, where would we be without investment banks? They got to finance $9 trillion. And the Fed's going to be shrinking the balance sheet? I don't think so. But, I was like, we're believing what we're told. Like, the media's writing all these stories that we're going into a recession and everything's terrible. We covered this on the stream yesterday. Everybody thinks that the sky is falling. The sky is not falling. What's falling is the dollar and eventually rates. Bitcoin dominance steadily rising. Is alt season a relic? Alt season is a relic. Ethereum up 7%. Probably never going to go below 2K again in our lifetime. Maybe not, but selling Ethereum on the discount zone. We're going to say Ethereum is going to go through the bottom of the discount zone. Alt season never happening again. There's nothing in cryptocurrency worth doing. Nothing. We should all just be long Nvidia and bow down to Julius Caesar and Web 2. No way. No way. Not doing it. Radium jumps 13%. As Radium's legal department says, we've got to get away from pump fund and do something intelligent, like make frequent users of the service have to stake Radium in order to use it. You want to issue new coins? Great. Stake first. Then you can issue new coins. This could be the path to the ICO boom from AI agents, which of course everyone has forgotten about because the only thing there is to do in the world is Nvidia, which by the way has gotten completely hammered and is now selling chips to General Motors, which is interesting because I didn't think they could meet demand. Yet they got enough for General Motors and their semi-defunct electric car business. Ether zooms 7%. Gold breaks 3,000. Gold and silver up, dollar down, giga bullish for Ethereum. And copper is smoking. The industrial metals, the precious metals, it's a dollar devaluation. I mean, copper is necessary for AI and electricity. Copper could just go absolutely up only and lead all metals. Maybe we'll look at the chart. Now, the Bank of Japan is coming up with their rate decision, okay? The Bank of Japan decision to hold rates steady keeps Japanese bond yields in check. So the Japanese government was never going to do anything to blow up the world because they could. If they continued to hike rates, they would blow up the whole world because that yen carry trade would just unravel. So they're just going to let inflation be inflation. And this is why Powell can't really cut rates. He can't cut rates and they can't raise rates until this yen carry trade thing settles down. So if I get off Powell being a raisin for just a second, if they just keep quiet and don't do anything, things might stabilize because crypto's not going up if the yen carry trade is melting down. That's just not. But if they get some stability in there, crypto could dramatically outperform equities. Equities are in a range and crypto is at a major discount. Analysts warn MicroStrategy's $500 million Bitcoin buy could bring the next bear market, according to the Street Roundtable. Michael Saylor is going to issue all the legacy paper that he can because there's infinite demand for it because there's a $60 trillion pension funds. Seriously, that's the total amount of money in global pension funds. $60 trillion. And Mike just wants a couple billion. It's nothing. It's nothing. These pension funds like, yeah, I put a quarter or half of 1% in something with Bitcoin exposure. Sure. It's a no-brainer. They don't have to think about it. Seriously. Meanwhile, Wall Street's like, oh my God, look at the fees we get on making these products. It's going to keep doing it. Michael Saylor doesn't care if he blows up. He doesn't think he's going to blow up, and he doesn't care if he does. He does not care. He's like a highly convicted individual. And I have to do this. Like, why am I not like Mike? Like, where is my conviction? Where is it? Okay, market awaits Fed dot plot. This is how you know we've all become stupid. Like the media has made us stupid. Oh, it's the dot plot. Oh, this week I'm a dot plot expert. Last week it was tariffs. Now I'm a dot plot expert. Dude, the whole ethos of crypto is take your dot plot and stick it up your dot. I'm done. Not doing this anymore. I'm not. Like, it's like John McAfee approach. Now, just in case you think you can't do it yourself, science discovers that all humans can read minds and how you can tap into your telepathic abilities. AI brain chips will let humans communicate telepathically. Okay, well, we've got the resident psychic in the YouTube member area, so she's got these kind of abilities. Not telepathic, but, she's got abilities, and she's a 2-year trained crypto analyst. So we have a podcast in the YouTube member area, which is in the link down below. Okay. Maybe we could drop a link in the chat. I don't know if I can do that without blowing this up. Whoops. Okay. So please go check that out. Please go check that out. You can be your own portfolio manager. That's the other thing. Like, of course, we would love to have you Okay. So yeah, drop the link in the chat. We appreciate that. The link to the YouTube member area is in there. You can do this. You have the capability to do this. You do. I was like, oh, I don't know. I can't do this myself. I'm going to let the 40x leverage short guy scare me out of the market. No, man. Like Toby's the expert, but you can actually look at it. Like you can hear my Jersey accent in the back of your mind. When you're looking at the charts, you can hear me. You can be like, oh, I can do this. That's all you need. By the way, the only way to hear my Jersey accent on a regular basis is to turn on the notification button. Just imagine on the screen, we have this huge pop-up of a giant notification bell. Turn on the notification bell, please. U.S. lawmakers urge Trump to drop crypto before it hurts America. Boom. Oh, what was that? Oh, that was the thing that's going to hurt America. Hi, honey, I'm home. Oh, what do you got there? Everything. 83% of institutions plan crypto allocation, and it's bearish. $1 billion minted on Tether. BlackRock. Michael Saylor. ETH reclaims 2,000. You know what? You know you're living in the freaking twilight zone when it's like, ETH gets back above 2,000. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, okay, yeah, I'm really happy it's above 2,000 because it looked absolutely horrendous below 2,000. It was like Bitcoin below the old 2017 all-time high at 20K. I was like, oh, I can't even look at this. I got people calling me. It was like, is there any reason to be constructive? I'm like, yes. There's no reason to be constructive. None. The bull case is, it doesn't exist. You have to use your imagination. You have to be like imaginary bullish. Everyone hates it. Everyone hates it. It's dead. I mean, it's like, what are they going to do? They're going to revive the dead horse and shoot it again? That's what Ethereum was. Like, oh, look. Right? Like, you know, what are we going to do? Send it to 900? No. Not on its LuxAlgo discount zone. BlackRock buys 2,600 Bitcoin. President Trump has secured an energy infrastructure ceasefire with the groups in Eastern Europe. So out of Eastern Europe into the Middle East to make the special interests that own you happy. You know, we're like, you know, apparently the crypto bros didn't donate enough. It's too bad we're not getting a royal treatment. They put all the money into the Bitcoin strategic reserve that they're putting into the cruise missiles that they're launching over there. Would have bought a lot of Bitcoin. Do they have your best interest at heart? You may like them. I like them. But that doesn't mean they like you. That doesn't mean they care. They care about themselves. Everybody has an agenda. Elon wants to go to Mars, and the orange man doesn't want to go to jail when his term is over. So he's going to do whatever they said. He's going to do whatever deal he made. He's going to do it. Dollar in the crosshairs as Europe jumps U.S. ship. You don't need to read the premium article, folks, right? There's a reason to buy the euro. There's a reason. And eventually there'll be a reason to buy sterling when people wake up and go, wow, this government is, crazy banana pants when they put the wrong person in jail for writing something on Facebook. You got to get yourself an antivirus phone, an antivirus SIM card. Everybody packing it in on all this stuff that's unbelievably necessary. The disappearance of the Federal Trade Commission means there's no check on Silicon Valley. None. Okay. TA. Tesla almost at the discount zone. You know, Elon, to sell Teslas, he could do one of two things. He could buy a Super Bowl commercial, or he could let a bunch of wackos light up one of his parking lots. It's just way cheaper to let the wackos light up the parking lots, right? 60% off sale. Tesla fills the election gap. Why is everyone negative? Okay, so here's Bitcoin. 200-day moving average, 85.5. Do you need to be a technical analyst to know that when you bust back up through this, that it's up only after they stopped everybody out? I don't know if it was like this for FTX. Yeah, here it was, FTX. So this is the weekly chart of Bitcoin. This is the 200-week moving average. So they broke below it in June, and they couldn't get back above it until February. And once they got back above it, they couldn't get back below it, and it was gone. Gone. Is this different? Aren't the 4 most dangerous words in the English language, this time is different? This time is not different. If it goes back above the 200-day moving average, it's gone. And most likely, that's going to happen while you're sleeping. Because that's what they do. These over-the-counter market makers are going to get everybody out, and then they're just going to ramp it. And of course, they're going to make you scared, and you should be, honestly, because every time they take it up here, they turn around and drop it again in your face. Every time you buy it when it's up, you get hosed. I understand. I get it. It's, buying strength has landed you in the hands temporarily of trading predators. Great. And when Raisin Man gets done talking today and people realize that there's no reason to sell crypto, none. Here's ETH, wave 5 coming off the discount zone, breaking breaking back into a LuxAlgo channel. I mean, the minimum upside target for this, I would think, is something like 2,200. The minimum, because it's just moving itself back to the top of a downward sloping range. Solana on the discount zone. On top of some kind of LuxAlgo triangle, right? There's a triangle, right here. This is the value proposition of LuxAlgo. It's like the link for this is, I undersell this. I mean, in some ways, this is so simple. Even I screwed it up because at the premium zone, I'm like, oh my God, this is going up forever. And then boom. Then it goes down to the discount zone and everyone hates it. Everyone hates it. XRP got the equilibrium. No interest in selling XRP. And the thing that's funny about XRP is that you had this triangle, right? They broke out of the downside, and part of me is wondering if they actually get back in here, whether or not it can do this. Because if you break out of the bottom and then re-enter, you could break out of the top. I don't understand why anybody's bearish this. I just don't. This company's going public. Ripple's going public. And everyone hates it. But the XRP army is all over YouTube looking for content. Here's another hidden gem. Avalanche. Supposedly all this TVL has left Avalanche. Everybody out. Everybody out. Money flow trying to turn. Again, Avalanche on its discount zone. The 200-day moving average in Avalanche is at 30. Avalanche is currently still below 20. Still below 20. It's a little note from Walmart as to how the currency is working out for people. CEO says that some Americans are running out of money before the end of the month and turning to smaller pack sizes for consumer goods. Why do you think everyone's on Polymarket or Robinhood making bets or playing around with meme coins? The currency doesn't work anymore. The currency does not work. Look at the TA on these crypto equities. Look at this stuff. MicroStrategy, A, B, C. All the hedge funds short, all the mutual fund and pension funds are long. And I will spare you the history of markets. You can watch this live for yourself and see what happens. Riot, 4-hour chart. Let's see. Riot blockchain. So a Bitcoin miner that wanted to get into AI was at $15 and is now at $7. Hey, honey, Riot Blockchain is 50% off. Hey, honey, look, Marathon Digital was trading at 30 and it's now trading at 12. You better get it before Betsy gets it so you can be original. Meanwhile, there's a 9 bottom and it couldn't look worse. Could this look worse? Couldn't look any worse. It's below support. Looks like it's going to just continue unless they turn it around and snap it up in everyone's face. Right? Galaxy Digital. Look at this. Just left for dead. 13 bottom. The bigger the base, the higher in the space. It's dead, right? Not coming back, right? I got a better idea. How about you go fill this gap? Remember gaps get filled? Do you really have to be a technical analysis genius in this market? I don't think so. This gap's going to get filled at 22. It's currently at 12. How is this not going up? Explain it to me. Help me understand. Maybe I'm just old. I don't get it. I don't think so. I don't think so. Solana versus Bitcoin, 13 bottom, everyone bailing out, except, of course, Big Rich. Okay, Big Rich went from Solana to Bitcoin up here, and now he's going from Bitcoin to Solana. And Big Rich is a great guy and a member of our Patreon group where you can have a chat, where you can talk with me and Big Rich or anyone else who's in there. Come in, Steve. You can see Steve J is going to share his DeFi charts after watching the stream for 2 years. He's going to share the hidden secret of how to hodl stuff that no one even wants to talk about until Toby Ward from the YouTube member group starts talking about it incessantly. I was like, I think, Toby's like talking about DeFi. I think I've heard this before. Wow, Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Could it have looked worse? No. It's terrible. The only thing that looks good on Ethereum versus Bitcoin is the monthly chart, which means, the next big down move could be a 13 bottom and you've got a 9 bottom on the monthly chart. I don't understand how Ethereum can underperform this dramatically without an eventual reversal. I can't believe that it has no use case. They thought it had no use case in 2016. That wound up being woefully wrong. Speaking of DeFi, here's DefiPerp for Steve. Do you realize this index is now at 610? Equilibrium on this index is 1,000. So this market is so wackadoo, right? So off kilter that DeFi is 62% below its balance equilibrium area. When the Europeans need anywhere from 1 to 3 T, and Uncle Sugar needs 9 T. And the algo's a little trade-off, Powell. Today I'd be like, Powell says this. Powell says that. Okay, great. Right? What's going on in real-world assets? Nothing. Because we're too busy buying Gigachad. See what I'm saying? Even when we're smart, we're stupid. It's okay. Aave up 5%. Discussion yesterday on the YouTube member stream, which turned out to not be just for members. Okay, you can't really miss the thumbnail. We really pushed the limit of the things that we could say on this particular stream. Okay. We definitely pushed the limit. Let me see if I can call my page up. So here on the stream, we have, no blankety blanks allowed, right? Bitcoin Guru reveals the plan. So that's a sample of what our podcast looks like without the actual coin picks, right? So if you want to check it out for free, the no holds barred, profanity laced, off color, best crypto podcast in the business, please check us out. And of course, you can go into the YouTube member area in the event that you're like, all right, Bill, well, I believe you. And my girlfriend needs a shopping list for go out and what to buy. It's a shopping list. Arweave is here. Cardano, Hedera. That's just on the thumbnail. We got all kinds of stuff in here. All kinds of stuff. It's like 50, 60% off. Okay. All right. So okay. All right. So yeah, Daniel J with the 13 bottom, right? Somebody's 83x long Bitcoin, right? I need better glasses. Kamina, can we take a look at Ski and Anti? Yeah, we can. Definitely. Okay, so antivirus. So it's a 4-hour chart. Every once in a while, we get these big buyers that come in. These guys were on Rice Crypto the other day, explaining what's going on in the world. They own all your data. $4 million market cap. Solana mixer, eventually an ETH mixer. SIM cards, gift cards, and John McAfee. Someone's trying to take our John McAfee narrative away from us. And actually what they're doing is they're drawing attention to the narrative. Because John McAfee told the powers that be to go F off, and he had fun doing it. Wore on a Hawaiian shirt, he smoked a cigar, sat on the back of his boat with his Mossberg, and was like, you know what? Allow me to influence you. So, and by the way, this guy's talking. I can't pull it up here. Talking podcast, right? Now, you got everyone giving up. And listen, you're giving up on an app. Antivirus is an app. And what you want to own is apps, right? Coming out of the bottom in 2010, what did you want to buy? Apps, Facebook, Meta, right? Amazon, apps, not utility, apps. This is an app. It's a privacy app that you can have fun with. And believe me, we are going to have fun with this thing. There's going to be a podcast where an artificial intelligence version of a dead guy is going to talk. That's going to move the memeability of this coin. Not to mention, even if that doesn't work, McAfee's sort of fun party lifestyle. You want to talk about off color? Wow. Okay. Ski Mask Dog, final thing. They're ripping me off the air. Okay, so Ski Mask Dog has to do something good. I know you know that, but so it breaks this level and now they're pressing. So this has been the history of Ski Mask Dog, right? It breaks a level and it sits below it and then it has to break through it. So if Ski Mask Dog breaks back above 4.5 cents, it'll go up. If it doesn't, it's the bigger the base indefinitely. $40 million market cap on the dog coin. For the sake of the people who own it, I hope it goes up. But again, every time this thing pops above a technical level, someone sells it. So if they can actually get it breaking out, but if you do get a turn in the market and you do get a turn in Ethereum, the base ecosystem might wake up, which is what Ski Mask Dog needs. Okay, I have no idea how to turn off the live stream, but that is it. That is it for today. I appreciate all the members. Please check out the member area in the link down below. Please join Patreon. That is our middle tier offering where you get a ton of value. And also the notification button. The notification button. We will see you tomorrow.